In this lab, we will integrate our existing Samba server into Active Directory leveraging Centrify. In the previous video, I explained that when you have Centrify and Samba, you pretty much have a duplicated capability. On the one hand, the repository for identity data with Centrify is the zone, and there is a mechanism for limiting access to servers. On the other hand, the Samba server has its own way to determine UID GIDs, and this is through the ID mapper facility implemented with the unbind daemon. The result is this. Notice my file that I copied before. It's pretty much Jesse has a different identity. His UID is 505. But according to what I've set up already on my servers, his identity should be unique one generated from the SID. So there's two things we need to do here. We need to unjoin the system and leverage not only the Centrify agent, but also Centrify-enhanced Samba. This requires planning because the most important thing is the files and users' productivity. So assuming that you already have defined what needs to be done in terms of migration of files and existing identities, the process is pretty straightforward. But first, we need to decide certain things on our end. So my system is a utility server. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new computer role called utility servers. So all my users can be listed in those systems. The reason why I say listed is because I'm not interested in them signing in unless it's a super user. They just need to be listed in the system so the NFS or Samba can actually determine their UID GID information. So for that, the first thing I need to do is unbind the existing computer. So my UBU1 system is in Active Directory right here, and it doesn't even report the operating system. So I'm gonna go ahead and run some commands here and unjoin it. So let's go ahead and elevate, and it would be a net ads leave, and let's pick a user. Notice that the UBU1 computer is in the computers container, and Jesse's account won't help because he has delegated access under the UNIX OU. So I'm gonna have to use a different account, in this case Brian's account. So it's gonna be -u. There you go. So now the computer should be deleted from the domain from the typical bind. So the next step I need to do is go ahead with my planning. The first thing I need to determine is, okay, let's go ahead and create a security group to contain my computer role. So we could do it from here. So let's go ahead and create a new computer role, and this is going to be utility servers. And I'm gonna just basically set it up to I'm gonna create a computer group, and this group is gonna be under where the place that Jesse can actually write stuff, which is under the UNIX, and in this case roles, and let's call this group UNIX utility servers, and the scope seems to be okay for me. So this is going to be the group that is going to contain the computers that I put in there. Now that I have the utility servers computer roles, I have to assign roles, and at this point I'm going to leverage an existing role that is already pre-canned with Centrify, and is the listed role. So, and again, I'm only having users be listed because I'm not interested in them signing into this computer. All they need to do is to be known by the system. So we're going to assign this role. And by the way, we already have a group that contains all users, our seeder group for the zone provisioning agent. So we're going to pick the listed role, and this is going to be a permanent assignment. So we're going to add an account, and in this case it's going to be group. So in here I have all the users for the zone, so all my users effectively can use my filers, and that's it. So now I know that all my users belong in there. So all I need to do is pre-create the computer, so I can do a self-service join. So let's go ahead and pre-create the computer. So let's prepare the Unix computer. We're gonna prepare it for AD join, delegate permissions. We're gonna create a new computer object, and it will be the same name, UBU1. And let's go ahead and change the location to where my servers go, right here. And this is all the service principal names that are going to be generated for it. I'm going to allow the computer to join itself. I don't feel like typing that much, and this is okay for me. So the computer has been prepared and everything else. The next step now is to basically install Centrify and join the domain, and then install Centrify-enhanced Samba. So let's go ahead and clear here, and I've already copied the Centrify binaries. So there you go. We have them all there. So let's go ahead and make a couple of directories. So this is the agent. This is a Debian package. Notice that with Centrify, throughout the labs, Centrify always packs the native package manager. So we can just use the DP package utility. And we're only going to install the agent. So that's going to be of course, we need to elevate. And I'm joined to any domain, so everything is installed. So let's go back and unpack the Samba. The Samba tarball has been unpacked successfully. Notice that there's two installation files. One is for the actual Samba distribution, in this case 3617, and the other one is for the Adbindproxy. The Adbindproxy is the substitute for the unbind, and it's going to allow us to put the right identity information that is going to be looked up in Active Directory in the zone rather than generating its own. So let's go ahead and install these packages. So that's it for Samba, and this one for Adbindproxy. There you go. Before I forget, I haven't actually put my computer object in the computer role. So let's go ahead and add UBU to this computer role here. So let's add. So there you go. Now it's in there. Basically what we save is an AD flush from doing that. We're ready to join the domain. We're going to do a self-service join. It will be a minus tall s, and there you go. We've joined the domain, no problem. If I take a look at who can log into my computer now, let's take a look. AD query user is actually everybody that I have provisioned in the zone level. You know, if you see the previous posting, you know, with the normal Samba, everybody could log in. But let's configure the Adbindproxy. Centrify does a good job at including tools that allow us to do this very easily. So I'm going to go ahead and maximize here for a second and clear. So let's do a sudo. It's a Perl script. And it's in user share Centrify DC, and it's on bin Adbindproxy. Exactly, that's what we're looking for. So it's asking for the path for the Samba. It's put under Centrify Samba. You know, it's asking to remove the old version if that's, you know, aligned with what you've planned, of course. Or, you know, I'm gonna actually go ahead and do it. Sim links to the right location. I'm gonna say yes. And if I want to leave or join the domain, I already joined the domain, so I don't need to worry about that. And it says reset the Samba user group ID cache, and that's okay because you have to do a planning exercise before you do this. And there you go. So one of the things that I want to do is see that information over here. The Samba information is static versus the Centrify information that is leveraging sites and services. So a lot of the Samba information that I need is redundant or not needed anymore. So let's go ahead and clear. I'm going to go ahead and restart the agent. I just made changes, so let's just do and there you go. So let's go ahead and test our share now. By default, also Centrify installs a test share. So let's make a connection to our UBU. There's a Samba test in there. Let's go ahead and take a look. So if I were, I'm actually logged in as Jesse here. If I were to copy a file in here, let's go ahead and create a new file. I actually don't know where this is going, so we're gonna have to find out. So there you go. So this is the file copied already here. So let's find out where that share is gonna be copied. So it will be cat to the etc smb. So Samba test is under Samba test. So let's go to the Samba test folder. And here is our new file that we copied, and let's take a look at the information. See, it's J Matthews, just regular J Matthews, not that Jesse Matthews. And if I look at the UID information, it should match what I have here for Jesse. So there you go. He has the long UID over there. So now we have verified that you know, Samba is not also working, but it's assigned in the right UID GID based on what I've defined in my zone information. And by the way, my users can't log into the system. So if I do you know, sudo dzinfo on Jesse, who is a super user, so he should be able to do a lot of stuff in here. And here it says again, he can log into any PAN module and run any command as root. But if I were to take a look at Matt Sims, who's just a regular database user, he can't log in because he's just a listed user. Listed, that's it. So not only we've been able to solve the identity conflicts, but also we are able to enforce the governance model that we've been designing across the board. So I hope this was instructive. So see you in the next one.